Hey everyone, this NHL Hockey News Reports. We're back in the video. This is the 2022 mock draft, final mock draft deal before tomorrow's draft. So this is my final mock draft. I looked at a couple of days ago. I put it together and then I changed a bunch of them around. Some of them around, not a bunch, but some of them like, this one should go a little bit higher than this one. But you never know. You're probably gonna be wrong anyway. Well, I'm going to be wrong probably anyway, so we'll see what happens. Even if you think this guy should go there or there, it doesn't matter because we'll see what the teams pick anyway. So, going on to number 16, we're doing the top 16. Buffalo, originally the Vegas pick, they traded the first round pick to the Buffalo Sabres for Jack Eichel. Only small package, that's only a little percentage of it, obviously, but number 16, what I have. I got Yurov. Yurov is a Russian winger. He's a strong skater, has strength, and just has a good shot too. Buffalo wouldn't mind adding a guy like that. At number 16, they got 2 picks in this draft, Getting a winger like that, Yurov, hey, that's pretty good. So good thing for, the Sabres, they get someone good, which is nice to see, for sure. Alright, moving on to number 15, Vancouver Canucks. And that's Brad Lambert. Brad Lambert, I remember a couple years ago, he was in the top 3, but he has dropped. But Brad Lambert could be very interesting when he's still a very good player, dynamic offensive player. Given time, he can score, he can make some moves. And Canucks adding a guy like that, new GM here for Patrick Allvin, gets his first draft as a GM here, putting a stamp on the Canucks here of what he can build here. And Brad Lambert is a solid one. And the Canucks are on a team now going to the rebuild. They're trying to make the playoffs. The last 2 years they have missed the playoffs. But not much. Because, COVID, last one, and this one, last season, was just an awful start to the season. But got better. But they're hoping for a good start and also a good ending to the playoffs, right? So, moving on to the Winnipeg Jets. Pavel Minchkov, he's a very good defenseman, he's a defenseman, great puck-moving guy, on the point, moves the puck really well. We know that, the Jets could use the guy, very much. Pavel, hold on a sec. Looks more like a D than a P, so there you go. Pavel Minchkov, Minchkov, however you say his name, just a great puck-moving guy. Jets could use a guy like that, more of a shutdown guy, but even a puck-moving guy, to draft a guy like that, the talent is great to have, and they need that, for sure. They would bring in Rick Bowness as a more a defensive coach, as a head coach, but defensive ideas. So adding a guy on defense by drafting is the best way to do it, and there you go, they get someone. Good for them. Moving on now to number 13, another defenseman for the Islanders. Another one, almost like Minchikov, they are very good puck-moving guy, moves the puck really well on the blue line. The Islanders have lost guys at the blue line the last couple years with Taves, and their team's on the older side, but adding like a Korchinski would be great for them. Just have that guy in the system would be just good. Where they have Pellick, they have Pulock. Imagine adding Korchinski and like Dobson in your top, four. That is really good, isn't it? But Korchinski could be very good for them. Not next year, it'll probably be like a 2-3 year thing, but if you can really develop him into a great puck moving guy, that would be great for the Islanders. Absolutely. Moving on to Columbus, they got two picks in this draft at number 12 and at number 6. Looking at the original at number 12. Marco Casper. Marco Casper is a really good player, really good center. You gotta like how he plays. Um, Casper, a couple seasons already in the SHL, the best Swedish hockey league out there. Hit 11 points last year in the SHL in about like 30 games, which is good. You have to say that is good to see. But Marco Casper could be a really good pickup, and it's a guy that you don't have to wait too long. He's not a project really. He could be ready in like a year or two, for sure, because Casper's already playing some high level hockey here. So Casper, really interesting. Blue Jackets already have like a Ken Johnson. They got guys like that already. Adding a Casper would just add to the young depth, right? Alright, moving on from the Blue Jackets to number 11, San Jose Sharks. We'll see what Mike Griot does. New GM just got hired a couple of days ago. Actually, Tuesday he was hired by the San Jose Sharks for the new GM. And now he's coming to Montreal to draft a player. Connor Geeky would be great. They drafted William Eklund last year. I think Geeky could be great. Keep adding some young guys. They have a very old team. Bad contracts on the team. They gotta try to see if they can get those contracts out and add these young guys in, because it's time, right? And continue, I would say also, or start this rebuild that they're denying. I know they got Eklund, but they kind of do need, a kind of geeky there for sure. So moving on to number 10, the Anaheim Ducks. Here we go. Matthew Savoy. That's a really good pick at number 10. Savoy, the Ducks had a really great start to the season. Looked like they make the playoffs. But on the deadline, they fell, in the standings, and they will sell us at the deadline. Trading Lindholm, Manson, etc. But, Savoy, this team knows, hey, they're not depending on those veterans. They need to build this team, continue to do that. They have done a great job, and Pat Verbeek is going to continue that for the Anaheim Ducks. Last year picking Mason McTavish, we have Savoy, Zegras already doing fantastic. What a great player he is already. Rookie, last year, next year is going to be great for him even more, right? So having Savoy there would be great. Even if he plays wing, he could turn into a winger, which is fine. McTavish is probably going to play down the middle. Zegras already playing down the middle. If you add him to the ring, hey, you can never have enough centers anyway. So, moving on to number 9. This one's a little on the higher side, but I want to take a little hot take here. Going at number 9. And that's Frank Nazar. Frank Nazar is a speedy winger. Even if you put him into the NHL right now, he would blow by people. Nazar's a really fast guy. He could be a bust, potentially, but he has some explosive speed. Move right in, get alone with just him and the goalie. Blow by the defense, which is great to see. Just if you can develop and continue to develop him, that would be great to have. It would just look really good for them, Nazar would be great to have, for sure. Moving on to number 8 for the Detroit Red Wings. Right out of the room there. That is Jonathan Lekomaki. Steve Yzerman seems like a guy who would pick like a Swedish type of guy. They need help down the middle, and this could be one of the best players to pick out here. Jonathan Lekomaki has actually, rise to stock in the late half of the season. Has a great shot, great player. Lekomaki, He fits well in the ring to core also. Already playing the SHL. Good to see that already. Already had 9 points in one season. Not bad. He's just a good, solid goal scorer. Good to see. The Red Wings definitely could use that. At number 7, I know Ottawa said they could trade number 7 overall. The Ducks too. Flyers. Devils, maybe the Blue Jackets, 6 or 12, potentially. But those are the teams that could trade it. I heard they're leaning toward more of trading the pick for Ottawa than keeping it. We're not going to do any trades. We're going to go with what we got. 7th overall, we have. And this wouldn't be a bad one to keep, actually. Just saying. David Joracek. You're probably thinking, oh, that's kind of a little late for number 7 overall. Well, I have a couple, I have like 1 or 2 that go a little bit higher here, because you never know. You gotta make your own mock draft, see how it goes. David Joracek would be great for the Ottawa Senators. They need a right shot guy like that. That would be awesome to have. They drafted Sanderson a couple years ago. Last year they did Tyler Boucher, which I think already is a bust anyways. But Joracek, right shot defenseman, moves the puck great two-way defenseman anyways. Shutdown guy too, which is good to have, and Ottawa can just develop that guy. That would be great for them. Moving on, number 6. Simon Nemec. Nemec is the best defenseman in the draft, and I have news also. This is the first defenseman drafted in the draft. Simon Nemec by the Blue Jackets. So they get Casper and Nemec. That is a good 2 players you had just picked up. You picked up a center and you pick up a defenseman. A right shot defenseman here. Nemec moves the puck great. Just a great player. Shot from the point. He could play like Zach Werenski. That would be great. Wouldn't that be Nemec and Werenski? That would be great. But Nemec is going to be a good player for sure. Moving on to number 5. This one could be traded, like I said. But, hey, this could be a good pickup for the Flyers, too. A team that's trying to get back to the playoffs. They signed John Tortorella to a 4-year contract deal as head coach. That's showing they want to win. And we'll see if they trade that 5th overall pick. Be very interesting if they do. But at number 5. And that's Cutter Gauthier. People have been saying Cutter Gauthier could go in the top 3 or top 5. Top 3 is actually kind of stretching, isn't it? But top 5, Cutter Gauthier, big guy. He's a winger actually, more than a center. Some people saying he's a center, but he's more of a winger. Cutter Gauthier, just a good. He's big. He's can get through defenders, and he can score. And the Flyers seem like a team that would fit perfectly in a couple of years for them. That would be a really good pick for sure. Moving on to number 4. This might be a shocker to many. This is a high one for them, but I like the idea actually. I came up with this idea. I know some might not like this at all, thinking he should probably be around 10th overall. But here we go. Joakim Kamel. I know some are not going to like that at number 4, but he has a great shot. I know he has great talent. Someone's saying he went up and down, his stock. But Kamel, imagine him playing with Benios. Benios setting up Kamel for the shot. Just imagine that. Wouldn't that be insane? I would say so. Kamel will be great there. But that's just one of my hot takes right there. I know he could go around 10th overall, but I thought it'd be cool. Change it up. put Kamel at number 4 for the Kraken. A lot of people are having Simone Nemec go to the Kraken. I want to change up. I want to put Kamel, goes to the Kraken. Just imagine, like I said, Benils and Kamel. That would be so cool to see if Kamel can really become that guy. At number 3, as the Coyotes continue the rebuild, Logan Cooley, small, dynamic, offensive forward. At center, he's a great player who can move the puck. Not just move the puck, but dangle, score, just in style. Really good. Offensive guy, short, but that doesn't matter. He has a lot of skill. Moving on now to the Devils at number 2. Yaroslav Slavkovsky. The Devils could trade this, like I said, but they don't. They're gonna like this. Yaroslav Slavkovsky is a big 6'4" guy, tremendous talent. Play already with men and all that, but Slavkovsky could be tremendous for the Devils. Adding him on the wing with Jack Hughes and like Alexander Holtz or something like that. That could be a future line right there. Just imagine that. But they could trade him. The Devils have had 2 first-round picks in 2017 and 2019, Hughes and Heschel, and they couldn't be like, hey, we gotta, trade for someone right now, around 25, 24, 25, a guy like that, kind of like a Fiala type of guy, to bring in instead. But if they don't, Slavkovsky would be a great pick for them. Montreal could take number 2, and Devils move up to number 1. That could be a possibility. All options are out there. Last one remaining. I think you know who it is. And that's Shane Wright. Shane Wright with Nick Suzuki in the future, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Shane Wright, it's like Bergeron and Krejci. For years for the Bruins, that was a 1-2 punch right there. Absolutely. And, having that, Suzuki and Wright, top 1-2 centers, in the future, that would be just so good to see. And then, they got number 26 pick. They could move in the top 10. They said they would call it every single team in the top 10, seeing can they move to the top 10. Right? So they can get one of those top 10 guys. Also, 2 top 10 guys. That is great. But I like to see Shane Wright this draft in Montreal. Fans are going to explode. The building's going to explode when first overall pick gets announced by, currently, right now, they say it's going to be Ken Hughes, the GM of the Canadiens. It could change from now until then. But we'll see what happens, and I'll see you next video. NHL News Sports. Bye.